So one of my early many phases of my life I had a sound system, and when you have a sound, when you have a big session, you ever get some big dub plate. So I was going to open one of my dub plates that we brought in for this event, all right?
At Corporate Beyond, we help organizations achieve success through our quantum transformation solutions. What's holding back your organizations from achieving success? What's your biggest people challenge? What keeps you up at nights? With 30 years of solid results working with the best, we are certain we can help you achieve your success. Some of the clients we've served include AIM Resorts, Cable and Wireless.
Thank you, Barack. Thank you very much. Now, I'm a quantum transformation psychologist. I combine a couple of areas to get my work done. The first is really the area of quantum physics. If you understand that the universe is made up of just two main things, energy and information. 99.9% of the universe is nothing, just energy. So we understand what we're able to do to even be in two places at the same time. We combine the process with neuroscience as we have a better understanding of how the mind works. Powerful beyond all capacity. And then now we integrate that with understanding human behavior and mental processes. That's how we have to make it. Now, then we ground this now in spirituality. So you understand the forces that we have at work. A total process to make sure that we really get the job done. That's what we do. Very important song by the Gong. The struggle continues. The struggle for done now. A long time we are struggling people. Our job is to do what? Done the struggle. Agreed? Well, I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Hello? Your job is to done the struggle. We can't say go on struggle. Your grandparents and your great-grandparents and your parents, it must end. You know, most incredible thing, last year I had a meeting with the chairman of Digicel about a project, and Digicel was interested in partnering with me. I was told that Digicel's chairman don't like a long argument. Get to the point immediately. So he asked me, what drives me from a business standpoint? And I know I had one sentence. If you can just get one sentence out and get his attention, you get the whole day. I said, sir, myself and my partners, we are living testimony of the power of education to transform people. We both went from poverty to PhD in one generation. My mother used to work at a factory on Princess Street. Her mother used to sell a market. And it's just something called education. Without that, she would have the stall next to her mother now. Transformation can be done in one generation. My daughter has a PhD and teaches at the University of the West Indies. She lives in the house, a block from the house that she grew up in. One generation. So transformation is possible. The struggle has to be done now. Who will save Jamaica? You hear all this thing about, well, it's the private sector is responsible for. The private sector has one responsibility, to increase value to its shareholders. When them belly full, them can leave. Guess what? The public sector can't leave. The public sector is responsible for the quality of life. And who do you respond to? The people of Jamaica. That's who you're working for. I have threatened many ministers that if I ever get the power, I take down all the MP and pictures. One threat me say, if you're bad, take down my picture. Because we get the false impression that we're working for the MPs. No. Our boss is the people of Jamaica. MPs come and go, but the people remain. So understanding that what you have to do is sovereign. We tend to forget some of the things, that's what gets us in trouble. Rex Nettleford, in his own inimitable way, says that, how did the Jamaican economy get crafted? It was the bottom third of the class who left school, most of them passed nothing, and start business and hire the top third to run the business. Hire the bright one them to run the business. That's how the Jamaican economy grew. But look, the problem, that model worked then. So what happens? The average black parent, what the dream is, go to school, work hard, pass your exam, and go beg somebody a work. Huh? It worked then because yes, they saw the bright kids getting big job, but those jobs were created by the bottom third of the class. That's when muscle could get things done. We are now in the new work order. It's brain power around the world. Look at the companies at the top of the pile. Where were they started? In dorm rooms in university. Dorm rooms in university. It's the best and the brightest. Guess what? The old model can't work no more. The bottom third of the class serve no purpose now. It is the top third of the class have to go out and create business. But we have a problem. Our top third are still in the mode. Go to school, pass your exam, and beg somebody a work. From where? Where is the work going to come from? If we don't create it. The bad news, folks, what got you here won't get you there unless you find that extra gear. You mean them old Leland truck go up spur tree? If you have double clutch and triple clutch and so on. Huh? That's where we are now. The struggle discontinues. We have not successfully unlocked the entrepreneurial and the productive potential of the majority of black people. I did a project some years ago to synchronize the culture of various super clubs property. And I spoke with John Issa to find the vision for super clubs. And I heard something from John that frightened me. He said, well, you know, his kids wanted to go to college, but no problem, he went to college. But he was concerned when they wanted to go to graduate school. The biggest concern was for his son, Joey. Joey wanted to be an accountant. He had to call the grandfather to talk to Joey, you don't become an accountant, you know. You hire an accountant. You didn't know that? Your only responsibility is to own the means of production. And any professional service you want, what do? You hire it. You hire a doctor, you hire an engineer. But they told us that we must beg for work. So that we have to shift the thinking, part of the job. We are now in the tops where the top third of the class, the best and the brightest, have the responsibility for creating the brand new economy. Roosevelt said it's not that hard because we have what we need to create what we want. All the resources that we need are already in our minds. Everything is created twice. This building, this room was first just an idea in somebody's head. But the idea became flesh, it became real. Where are we going to go, folks? It is not the strongest of the species that survive, but the one most responsive to change. Are you responding to change? What you have is more than a job. What happened this morning is a metaphor for life. There was a glitch in the transportation system. There's a glitch in what should have happened to transport people here. The person involved with the transportation thing and so on is the least of the apostles, huh? But that caused the whole thing to be thrown off by 1 hour. Every single one of you are part of it. You know, when I got the call to talk here, you know, I said, but my God, how about we talk for 20 minutes? I already mapped out 6 parts to prosperity already, you know. If I had a chat, but let me just quickly go through them. And just with one line each in terms of how I believe that we could transform this little place here. Number 1, the best and the brightest. You know who those people are? All those folks with 8 and 9 and 10 C-section and 5 CAPE and so on. Those are the persons. I spoke to the University of the West Indies about 5 years ago, and I challenged them with this. We have to get to the point where every year, 10% of our best and our brightest have no intention to look for a job. They will create jobs. The best and the brightest. I've said to government ministries, we're looking for somebody who will come in and open a call center and hire 100,000 people. No, give me $100 million. Let me identify 100 of our best and our brightest. And you get behind them. They can float this economy. If we don't, we're in trouble. How about the tried and the proven? You know who those are? Persons like your esteemed there. Persons between 50 and 70. Both them retire. Retirement don't exist no more. These are tried and proven people. Your head full of ideas. My plan, people approaching retirement like your esteemed there, we're going to give her $500,000 grant. All right? She has to create a business and put 5 people to work. You can't focus on the unemployed to create business, you know. That's hustling and scuffling is not business. She will now teach them, give them a portion of what she have. It is small business that build economies. And you know I'm going to give her the $500,000? She's not going to thief it. You know why? At 60, you should be coming from prison, not going to prison. All right? How about the fittest and the fastest? Huh? We are joking. Every record in the world for 100 meters is owned by a Jamaican. The under 12, the under 15, the under 10, whichever. Male, female, sprint. And the best we can do, well, we're going to build a statue. I said this for the last 10 years that I've been saying. After Bolt wins his last race each year for the season, float a public bond to raise 500 million US to set up the Jamaica International Institute of Sprinting. Could we raise that money? Yes. We'd have to turn back money. But it's like, you know, your son go basic school and go house meeting and win a race, and my son Johnny win race and we carry buy ice cream. We have the fastest and the fittest. How about the other group called the dangerous and the desperate? You know who those are? Those are the other bright children in school that don't pass nothing. They are the ones that fuel crime. If we don't transform them from desperate and dangerous, they're going to destroy everything. I saw a wonderful documentary that gave me the insight that they too can be part of the fuel. This man in Somalia got a group of young men who were currently training to become suicide bombers. And he turned them into businessmen. Very simple. They were thinking, as a suicide bomber, if you're dead, you get 72 virgins. But he explained to them, but as a businessman, you get life, come on. No, which better? Dead or alive? Dead. And when them do the maths and said, no, more alive, man. All right? So they gave up the part of being suicide bombers and turned businessmen. How about the resurrection of Ganjanomics? Jamaica has the biggest ganja brand in the world. Everybody else gonna lead with it now. And we are playing catch up. My only concern, I wouldn't give the government any tax out of it. Because if we didn't listen to the government, we'd have burned off all the ganja already. Huh? And if them tax me, I'm going to say, no, hold on, Mr. Government, we pay the tax already, you know. And I have the receipts. All the policemen will move my herb. I thought I was paying the tax. So I have his name and have his signature. So we won't go to him now if I pay the tax over to you. How about health and wellness? If you ask me, I can use 3 ministries and flow this economy. Health, agriculture, education. Put those 3 together. We educate the best healthcare workers in the world. Jamaica was once called the blue zone. People with the longest longevity. Our food. How about we integrate this all together? You come here for resuscitation. You come here for relaxation. Because we can do it. Years ago, I said to the Ministry of Education, you know what we need to do? We need to start going, first of all, to the top hospitals in the United States. The US is short of 1 million nurses a year. 1 million. If we don't create nurses for export, guess what? Then we'll come and take ours and with no compensation. So we can go, how much you want? You want 50? You want? And we can pre-sell them. We get 4 streams of income. We get the money for training. When the nurses go, what we get after that? Remittance. And then after about 10 years, them can't take the call no more. Them come home with special skills and investment. But nobody listening. So folks, again, we just had 2 minutes to say this, you know. We have more models like these because it's there. Now, I love what this ministry represents, that one-stop shop to get it done. So we need to. You have a vision, you have a mission. Do you take these things seriously? How many of you actually know what your vision statement is? The problem with most organizations, it is just something on the wall. It is not in your heart. It serves no purpose there. In order for organizations to do well, there must be a synchrony between your personal mission, your personal vision, your personal values, and that of the organization. So that is the project I'd really love to do, to integrate and align. Just imagine what happens when your vision is what you want when you grow big, but it has nothing to do with what they're doing here. It can't work, folks. So that is what we have to do. One set of values, one vision, a variety of mission statements because of the various agencies. And that's how we get this integration. Organization fail from inside. Give us vision, lest we perish. Proverbs, say that, without a vision, the people perish. But we incorporate it into a national. But do we really understand what we're saying? It's the vision. Are you driving it? Ellen Johnson Sirleaf says, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough. The dream for what you want to achieve, when you talk about them, you should start shake. You should start getting nervous. If you're not scared by it, it's not working. You are supposed to be the drivers of change, but guess what? Change cannot be managed. Change can only be led. You have to be the living testimony. You, the leaders, have to first buy the change. Then live the change. Then sell the change. And then enforce the change. When somebody has skin up and said, no, and I saw it go. Yeah, this is the program. Are you willing to live your mission? But at least learn it first, Are you willing to live it? Do you share the vision? What about the values? You all know your values? I saw them on the wall, professionalism, teamwork. Do you live that every day? You have the material to do. Guess what? If the change leaders are not converted to become defenders, promoters, and enforcers of the change, they will lead the resistance and sabotage the change. This is war. What should the general do? But you have a general, a director general. When you have people who on the team and sabotage the change, general, you carry them around the back and You understand what I'm saying, folks? You are the leaders. By your action, by your thoughts, by your deeds. If you actively don't lead by default, you become part of the problem that you're supposed to be solving. Sony, in the 1950s, they created a vision statement where they said, we will create products that become pervasive around the world. We will be the first Japanese company to go into the US market and distribute. We will succeed with innovation that US companies have failed, such as the transistor radio. Sony said that. They called it. US invented the transistor. Sony said, we will eat food off of it. Did they do it? Did they do it? the most important verse in the Bible is John 1 verse 1. What that say? In the beginning was the Word. The Word. Say it, say it. Sony said 50 years from now, they call the time, our brand name will be as well known as any in the world and will signify innovation and quality that rival the most innovative companies anywhere. Made in Japan will mean something fine, not something shoddy. The older one of us, remember made in Japan was foolishness? It broke up the next day. Now made in China now take that category at work. Huh? Give thanks for made in Japan if that one wouldn't own a car. Huh? So you understand, folks, they called it. Sony took on their responsibility to transform the image of the country of Japan. And they did it. Do you accept the responsibility? This can't just be a work, folks. This is a calling. Every single one of you are positioned here. Even the concept of, we talk about Africa, and we hear about that we were brought from Africa. My wisdom tells me some of us were sent from Africa. You understand me? When the elders realized what was going on, they said, go on, jump in with them. Go on with them and keep them safe for me. Go on with them. Remind them of home. Remind them of their values. It is not by accident that you are here. There are no accidents in the world. Synchronicity. You create your future. How? By what you do today. That's what karma is about. Karma. What you do today. What you do today creates your future. What you all do every today. And by the way, past, future, and present are just construct. There's only one thing. Now. Now. How do you use your nows? The resilience of the human spirit is powerful. When trouble take you, pick the short fit. Trouble I take away? Yes. In dark times, the eyes begin to see. Yeah? The darker the room, the more bright your eyes see. You should be seeing it clear now. Dreams are non-negotiable. Timelines may have to adjust. But are you dreaming for a Jamaica that's sovereign and powerful and can... For years, when I had a program called The Night Doctor, that is Save Dollar campaign, I had a motto called Jamaica, the next world power. And people still don't understand what I mean. Power is about transformation, not just destruction. The word Jamaica is a massive brand name out the street. Massive. And we're not living up to it. In fact, I believe the concept Jamaica is a concept. It's a concept. Any Jamaican go anywhere, them turn star. Because they have that Jamaican concept within. Why aren't we stars right here and now? Because we don't take it serious. We're not committed to it. Old ways won't open new doors. This ministry is to open new doors. So it can't use old ways. You have an old key. No, the old key is for the old lock. So we need brand new ways now to get things done. But guess what? You can't give what you don't have. You can't give what you don't have. Because if all you have is the old thinking, if your only thing is, well, I'm there, forget to work, You don't understand the mission. You didn't come here to live the mission and the vision and the values. Maybe you're in the wrong place. You can't lead when you're running on empty. So the first you have to do is strengthen yourself. Make sure you're ready for it. How about aligning yourself with the energy of the universe? Drawing on the energy of the universe that there is. How about fate it until you can make it? What is a fake it, Fate it. Fate it until you can make it. It is by faith you start assuming the possibility. Let me show you how it works. Belief is any construct that you hold to be true. Faith is the certainty of the intangible without which the tangible is impossible to experience. So, ask and you shall receive. But there are two words inside the middle. You understand how it works now? You have to ask, but then you have to believe, and you have to have faith. That's why no founder ask, but you don't get nothing. Because what? You don't believe. Is your mouth talking? Your heart not talking? Oh, by the way, God listens to your heart, not your mouth. God listens to your heart. You have no people, the mouth that say all kind of wonderful words, but them heart, dirty. You can't fool God. Next step. The universe doesn't give you what you ask for with your thoughts. It gives you what you demand with your actions. You have to work for it. Are you working for the change, for the transformation? And to quote Jesus, if you want things to change, Jesus said, you must do something. Let me show you how this works, folks. Now, we didn't get invited to the prayer breakfast, all right? So make we keep our own prayer breakfast right here. Prayer 101. Now go start with Matthew 6, 7 and 8. And when you pray, do not keep on babbling like the pagans, for they think that they'll be heard because of their many words. Do not be like them. Your Father knows what you need. When? Before you ask. So we have no, and God I need shoes, and God we need water. Your God don't know that? Before you ask him, no. The most important prayer is say, thank you. Thank you. It may not be here, but I know it's on the way. So must give thanks. Alright? Prayer 101. And let me explain now what Jesus said about working and doing something. There are some scriptures that I think some of you misunderstand. Because you call these things miracle. Watch me. They took a paralyzed man to Jesus. Jesus said, take up thy bed and walk. If you want change, you must do something. It almost sounds like an insult, you know. They must take up. But the man paralyzed. No, Jesus, I'm not ask you paralyzed, you know. Me say, get up. All right. The man with the paralyzed hand, stretch forth thine hand. You understand me? Do something. The widow's dead son. Young man, get up. But Jesus now wrap up. If you want things to change, you must do something. Is there any more evidence? Well, the man with the demon, go back home and tell what God has done for you. But we're full of demon. No, go home and tell what Jesus has done for you. Or the dead girl. Get up, child. So you understand what this means, folks? Even if you're dead, you have no excuse. I mean, if not taking any excuse, no chat. Do something. Feeding the 5,000. Look what was said. Make the people sit in groups of 50. We don't want to run just everybody can eat. So you have to just sit down. You will get food. No, just sit down. But you rush the food. No, sit down. You will get food. The boy will eat. Bring the boy here to me. In every instance, somebody had to do something. Not a magician business, not a trickery business. The crippled woman, he placed his hands on her, and what did she do? She straightened up. It don't say him straighten her up, you know. She straightened up herself. The 10 men with skin disease, leprosy, go and let the priest examine you. But we can't go in there, so go and every instance. My favorite. And you have to understand the psychology that Jesus was using. Jesus, the man blind. If all Jesus had done was says, go thee thou and wash thy face, the man would say, Jesus, my face wash your face this morning, you know. But think about it. Anybody who rubs spit and mud in your face, after you box them, what are you going to do? No go wash it? So he gave the man incentive to go wash his face. Jesus spat on the ground and make some mud with the spit, rub the mud on the man's eye, and tell him now, go wash your face. Jesus the psychologist. Because he wanted to give the man incentive to do something. So no matter how you talk, folks, and wishing is not a strategy. Hope is not a strategy. You all have to do something. Do something. Now, let's wrap it up. Abraham approached God and said, will you sweep away both the righteous and the wicked? Suppose you find 50 righteous people. Remember that argument? If you find 50, will you save the place? Will you still sweep it away? And God said, no. We can work with that. So him get bold and him go further now. So, what if you find 45? What if you find 40? Will you still do it? Just to take off 5, will you? And the Lord said, I will not destroy it if I find 45. So Abraham pushed on a little more. But suppose Lord is only 40 we find. Lord, all right then. I'm not pressure you, but suppose only 30 we find. All right, Lord. Just a little one more little thing. What if just 20 we find? The Lord said, no, we will not. Finally, Abraham said, Lord, please don't be angry with me if I speak one more time. Suppose it's only 10 we find. And the Lord replied, then I will not destroy it for the sake of 10. When the Lord had finished this conversation with Abraham, he went his way, and Abraham returned to his tent. Now, what happened after that? With the promise that even for the sake of 10, he would not destroy the city, Jehovah went his way. He vanished. Abraham returned. The judgment which fell upon the wicked cities immediately afterwards proved that there were not 10 righteous people. I think that's instructive. What I get from that, if we find 10, we can be saved. If we can find 10. No, I am convinced that it's a workable model. If you have 10 people and they are committed to change, and at the end of a month, they infect just one other person each. That's 20, right? At the end of the next month, they infect just one other person each. That's a powerful exponential. My question, do we have 10 people here committed to the change? Do we have 10? Can we see some hands? Can we see? Woo! Lord, let the record show. Once you're pointed in the right direction, all you have to do is keep moving. Folks, see the maths there. If you start with 10, then you get 20, then you get 40, then you get... In 19 months, you have 2.6 million. So in less than 2 years, we saved Jamaica. You realize the world takes a little longer now, If we just start with 10, if we leave the staff meeting with just 10 people committed, that you see every day are given a day towards saving Jamaica. And you let your light so shine before men, that they see your good works. And by the way, you know how you glorify God? In your works. God don't need your words, he need your works. Don't tell me, say, how do you show your love for God? By loving your neighbor. How you can't say you love that which you don't see and you don't love that which you see? Work is worship, people. Work is worship. By your work, that's how you give thanks for what God has done for you. We start with 10. In less than 2 years, we save Jamaica. It can be done. The GG said there's nothing wrong with Jamaica that cannot be fixed with what's right with Jamaica. I'm with him on that. I believe him. So, let's discontinue the struggle. We want the struggle stop today.
Right here and now, I'm struggling and prosperity from now on.
From now on, people. Thank you very much.